Well, hey guys, it's the Medium Rare Podcast, and it's your boy, LastNameBall, Rapper Triggadale, land of the free, home of the brave, diversify your revenue streams, and I'm changing characters mid-intro. This is what we're doing right now, and I'm here with my illustrious co-host.
It's your boy from the Bridges of the Kings, home of the Celestial Dragons, royalty of the Bronx, and the Palace of New York City. Yes, I'm from Kingsbridge. It's your boy, Dong Sasong, and we have one of the most special guests. You feel me? Because this is not just a regular person. This is someone who beautifies you. Your vagina may have seen her a couple of times. You feel me? Your skin is thankful for her and her skills. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, so I am Amanda. I am the CEO of Abdelnour Day Spa. You can feel free to break it up into 3. Abdelnour. It helps people pronounce it a lot better. I'm located in Yonkers. I have 2 shops. Well, technically 3. I just opened up a boutique. So, got the gear for y'all for winter, summer, ladies, men, unisex, all that fun stuff. And yeah, so my name is Amanda again.
Damn.
That's a whole lot of information.
That's a whole lot of flexing. God damn.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's a whole lot of flexing. And yes, she is very special and dear because the first time I heard the term Vajacial, I thought that it was like a rash cream. I'm like, what is that? And then females told me that this is like a spa for your vagina. And I'm like, it can't be that serious. And then I went and I'm like, oh. I mean, I don't have a vagina.
One?
No, I don't have a vagina. My girl got one. But I was just there. And I saw the steam and all that shit. And I'm not going to give you too much details.
Were you amazed?
No, I was amazed at the fact that people do that to vaginas. I wish there was a penatial.
I was this close to coming out with one, but then a bunch of pervs came to mind, and I was like,
That's
what?
not a good idea. Yeah,
we're going to leave that to the side. Maybe 25 when people are more mentally mature.
No, I think...
I'm not...
No?
No.
Okay,
Let's just leave that one.
Penatial is a dub.
But can you speak to me, speak to us about how you started the esthetician? How did you get into that? What made you want to be all right, cool,
Sure.
People's skin is trash, I want to make it look good?
I never said people's skin is trash. For the record, that was totally him.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so I'm 27. I'd been working at spas and different spas in New York and Florida. I lived in Florida for a year, and sure enough, I also got a job at a spa down there.
What part
I
of
was only
Florida?
doing reception. Tampa. I was in Tampa living my best life.
The gangster zone.
Yeah. And it was really cool. It's going to sound mad corny, but I really found myself in Tampa, and I found myself. Yeah, no, seriously, because I've lived in Yonkers since I was 3.
Yeah, the mean streets of Yonkers.
Yeah, YO, stand up.
we gonna talk about that in a second.
Cool. But yeah, long story short, I had this serious.
Keep talking.
I had this serious epiphany when I was living in Florida. It was the 3rd spa I'd worked at, and I was just doing reception. Now at the time I was about, I want to say 23, and when you're 23, you're at that stage where you feel like you should have your shit all the way together, but you're nowhere near having your shit all the way together, right? Yeah. It's that awkward stage where you're grown, but you're not grown enough, right? So I was going through that mentally and stuff like that, not crazy or anything, but really going through life and just trying to figure out what it is that I was okay with doing for the rest of my life. I do have a bachelor's degree in liberal arts. Let me tell you, no, I'm not flexing with that because I never made $1 with that fucking degree. But I am flexing with my esthetician's license. Anyways, I moved back to New York. I was like, Mom, I had this, I just knew. I knew. We're not going to go into detail about the epiphany because it's kind of, really intimate and personal to me. But long story short, I just knew everything I had to do, and I knew it down to, the time frames that I had to do it in. Okay, I have to go to school and do it by this, and then I want to own my own business by this. But I didn't think I was going to finish school and then run my own business. So what ended up happening, I'll give you guys the timeline. I moved back from Florida in August 2016. I started school September, I think it was 11th or 12th, 2016. Finished in February 2017. It's a 6-month program. Then after that, 3 months later, I opened up Abdelnour Day Spa, and I have not looked back since. So in May, I started my business officially. But that's really how I got into it. I wasn't an esthetician right away. Do you understand what I'm saying? I had been in the spa field. I had dealt with the customer service aspect of it. I had dealt with the whole back end. So I think that's what makes me so great at my job is Yeah, I know how to talk to people. Yeah, I know how to make you feel really, great about yourself and what it is that you're doing. And I'm very knowledgeable.
It's true.
I'm very, very, very knowledgeable about what I do. And I'm passionate. Like, if you can't tell.
You can't hear her talking?
I'm very
honestly?
passionate. I'm, like, losing my breath trying to tell y'all about this epiphany and shit.
If this was an essay, it's like 1,000 words per minute, bro. For
At
real.
least, minimum. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I would say that I started up in the spa field. It wasn't like I threw myself in the deep end right away. I kind of like got my feet wet for mad years as a receptionist. But again, when you're 23, you're like, damn, do I really want to be a receptionist when I'm 30? And I'm not knocking it whatsoever. So if you're watching this and you have that kind of a job, that is great, because that is what prepared me to be able to hold this down the way that I do, because I know my business inside and out. Inside being the back end, the shit that people don't see, like checking people out and doing my taxes. Like, people don't talk about shit like that. Inventory, that's huge. Inventory is huge. I hand make my own products. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that people don't really discuss. But like, of course, front end is like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Amanda. I'm going to be your esthetician today. We're going to do an amazing Vajacial on you, and like, so I have both of that. And I think that's why I really love what I do. I hope somewhere in that I answered your question.
You answered multiple questions.
I don't think I have any more questions after that.
Nah,
Damn,
fuck that. I got mad questions,
Go
because
for it.
this whole, like, I used to work with like estheticians and things like that, and they
What's an esthetician for
An
the simple
esthetician-
ones? Like
An esthetician is a skin specialist.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically facials, waxing,
So what's the difference between
esthetician.
esthetician
drink some water, my boy.
and a like dermatologist?
I don't have a PhD, but I will say I have helped a lot of people with certain skin conditions that many dermatologists have not been able to help. Like eczema. I'm not saying like,
Eczema?
I'm not trying to put the doctors out of business, but I am saying I have before and after pictures, proof of me helping people with their skin more than what a dermatologist was able to do for them. So the difference legally is they have a PhD and your girl does not. But I'm like the hood's doctor. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can help you, but it ain't like 100% certified, because I don't have that PhD behind my back. But I'm like I said, I'm very knowledgeable. And I do a lot of research. I don't just spit shit out without knowing. Like, if I'm telling you something, it's because I know the answer. If I don't, I'm going to put you on pause for a little until I figure my shit out, and then we'll come back to it. But, yeah.
That's fire. So there's never been like a situation where it's like something that was so bad that you like, whoa. I can't
don't
even
get me
deal with
wrong.
this.
Like, there are some times where no matter what you do, some people are just more prone to, like, for instance, we'll talk about cysts, right? Cysts is like a huge thing that people don't really talk about. And cysts, sometimes, depending on how bad they are, they need to get drained by a doctor.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I watched those
it
videos
happens.
online.
Pimple
like a
popper
weirdo.
videos, bro.
Yeah,
See,
man,
I'm
those
not
things are
Dr. Pimple
crazy.
Popper. I'm like the hood's Dr. Pimple Popper, so I'm different. I don't like certain things like that. Like, if I kept seeing a reoccurring cyst on one of my clients, I'd be like, homegirl, go to the doctor, get it drained, and that's it.
What causes this?
Cysts can be genetic.
Okay.
Cysts can be like you shaved all your life. You know what I'm saying? Cysts can be rubbing.
Yeah.
Because, typically down here, especially if, thick thighs save lives, right? But they also cause like cysts and irritation on the skin. So it can also be friction and things of that nature. But mainly, some people are just more prone to getting ingrowns and cysts and all these sorts of issues. It's just a lot of times it's genetics.
Okay. This is a whole lot of information coming at me at one time.
You need a process. Listen, the $1 million question is shaving, should it be condemned? They shouldn't. Women not
It should be
shave.
condemned to the flames of hell.
Yes.
If you're not lasering, and I will.
So waxing's a dub?
Waxing's a dub when you're doing laser. When you're waxing, shaving's a dub. Let me explain, because
Is
you guys
levels
are
to it?
guys. No. You guys are guys, and you don't necessarily understand these things.
This
So
shit
I'm here
is
to
lit,
explain.
boy.
So okay, waxing.
I just don't understand any of these things.
Okay, I will teach you.
Use your
I will teach you.
imagination.
Okay, I will teach you too. Okay, so waxing is basically great if you don't know that you're going to be committed to the service. In the sense of, do you need to come back every 4 weeks for a wax? Yes, absolutely. But if you're talking about laser is a lot more scientific than a wax. With laser, you have to come in every single 4 weeks. Otherwise, it won't work as well. With waxing, I always recommend coming in every 4 weeks. But again, if you come in 5 weeks, we're still going to get the same end results, which is basically the hair's all off. And also, it's different. So when you're lasering, you have to shave. Think about it. When you shave, let's say I'm shaving my arm, right? If I'm shaving my arm, I'm removing the hair from the surface. I'm not doing anything to the root. When you're waxing, you are yanking it from the root, right? Now, that root is what the laser machine is targeting. So let's say I wax your lady's underarms. And I'm like, come on, girl, let's go downstairs. We'll do some laser on you. And I laser her underarms. It's like I'm shooting blanks. Because with the wax, I just yanked out what the machine was supposed to be targeting. But that's why you have to shave when you do laser. And you can't wax when you do laser. And you can't. Like,
so they can't come with a bush and laser.
No,
I got it.
absolutely not. You got to come shave
But
within 24 hours.
You see, I thought it was like laser, like a beam. It's just like a machine that like dots it up. Damn, that's mad disappointing.
Follow me on Instagram. You'll be able to see a lot of videos.
So you got like you're the educational Dr. Pimple Popper.
I am
with
like,
less disgusting videos.
I'm so annoying with my clients because
way
I genuinely
more
care.
substance,
I have to teach you these things because if you don't know these things, like you might be like, oh well, it's okay. I can wait 5-6 weeks. Now you're fucking up your own results because I wasn't a good esthetician and I didn't tell you, hey, if you don't come in every single 4 weeks, your results will be affected. Now, if I tell you that verbally and we both have that understanding, which I tell all my clients, right? If you choose to wait 5-6 weeks and your results are not as great as they should be, you are to blame, not me. I cannot make anybody come in. I cannot make somebody pay me for a service if they do not book it and they do not come in. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you deal with customers that don't understand that and expect,
Habitually?
they expect results the way that they should be?
Absolutely.
When
I've
they're
had
not
people
following
take
that
breaks
scheduling?
in laser and then be like, hey, like, why is the hair growing back? And I'm like, let's look through your profile together and we'll figure it out. And come to find out, like, sis has
Where
been
you
missing
profiling?
for, like,
That's what's up.
no, like my system.
Yeah,
system
like
keeps track of
every
everybody.
appointment with notes and shit. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, of course.
Not
so
everybody
we'll
uses
go back.
that.
To
Really?
We'll go back and I'll be like, well, girl, you're supposed to come back like 3-4 weeks ago, or like rather in this case it would be like 2-3 months ago and something like that. So sorry.
That's wild.
No, but yeah, you'd be surprised. People really go long. That's why I always recommend if you're not sure and you just want to try out a hair removal service, stick to waxing. Because if waxing, let's say for instance, okay, you spend $66 on a wax, right? And then you come in every 6 weeks. It's going to hurt you more and you might get a few more ingrowns. But at the end of the day, your results will still be the same. The hair will be gone. Okay. But when you're doing laser, it doesn't work that way. If you're not hitting it at the right stage of hair growth, you're not getting the best results possible.
So what would be the incentive to laser opposed to wax?
Laser
is it smoother?
Incredible. Laser helps with darkness. It helps with irritation. If you don't have hair, eventually, how are you going to get hair bumps? So it helps with ingrowns. It helps, obviously, the number one reason is it reduces the hair to like 0. But you have to do a certain level of sessions. You have to do at least 12 sessions, 4 weeks apart.
Is there any pain associated with that?
So it feels like a hot rubber band is kind of snapping at you. However,
that's
it's
a
not
lot.
as bad. It's not as bad
Bro,
as it sounds like.
That's wild, bro. Rubber bands hurt.
It's not as bad as men are always dramatic, and that's why they always get charged more
No, listen,
because they are very dramatic.
Listen to what you just said. A hot rubber band.
Yes,
like,
but I just also said it's not that bad.
to you,
I literally just said it with the same
women
breath.
listen.
Oh,
women
no,
shower with
That's-
lava, so I don't believe the whole "it's not that bad" thing.
And waxing fucking sucks, and y'all be taking that
No,
shit.
You wax
it
before?
depends.
Champs.
It depends on what
Like,
type of a wax you're
I
using.
wax like a small, like as a fucking joke, like a small piece of arm hair, and that shit sucked.
With the paper, did they
Yeah.
put? Okay,
Nah, you
see,
gotta do the wax,
they jacked
bro.
you.
That shit
Tell
was
them how we
You
do.
gotta
That's
do the
that hard
bro.
wax,
You wild.
okay?
Come on
That
now.
shit
Thank
was
you,
awful,
thank you,
yo.
friend.
No, I know the vibes. You
He
feel me? I
does.
got vivid memory. You feel me? I
But
was
before
there.
all this shit came around, like women was doing that shit. And
This
eating
is
it.
true, but you know what? I will tell you something. You said this was what was around. How about nowadays when even though hard wax is like taking over the industry mainly,
Yeah.
do you know that there's still people that use soft wax? And it's always I got somebody that does it cheaper. Okay, what type of wax is she using? Because that all plays into the part too. Soft wax, let me explain the difference to you before we probably should move
Yes,
on
please.
to another thing.
Nah, this is fine. Trust me.
No, I am.
The two different types of hair. The two different types of wax.
You
Soft
do
wax,
hair
which
too?
is what? No, I don't do hair. I remove hair.
I'm fucking with you.
The two different types of wax. There's soft wax, which is what Homeboy was talking about, how they ripped it with a cloth and then ripped it off of his arm.
40-year-old version.
That basically the 40-year-old version, right? That wax sticks to the hair and the skin. Whereas Hard wax, the wax that I use, only sticks to the hair. So you're going to feel that shit, but you're not going to feel it nearly as bad because it's not grabbing and yanking off of your skin. Gotcha. Usually when you do that wax, you'll see girls like walk around with like pink or white or red around their eyebrows after they get it done. Yeah, because they ripped off mad layers of skin.
So have you seen those videos with the dudes that put like the black kind of wax?
Terrible.
And then they rip it off.
Is it the wax or the little mask thing? Okay, the mask thing is.
Yeah. What's good?
I am repulsed. Wow. I am repulsed at the industry for bringing something out like this to the innocent people who have no idea the damage that this shit can actually cause. So let me explain it to you.
Done this shit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I was intrigued. I was gonna do that. That shit is mad
no,
cool.
You better never.
No.
Okay, so when you do that, you're forcibly removing the blackheads from your pores. Now think of how much damage you're causing to the skin when you're literally ripping it out to the point where you're pushing it out by a mask. It's like glue. Yeah. Almost like glue. Okay. Now, what I do before that's called extractions. Taking out blackheads, whiteheads, or pimples. This is a term called extractions, right? Before I do extractions, there's a whole process before even touching you in that manner. So we do a double cleanse. Then we do alcohol. Then we do the microdermabrasion to remove the layers of dead skin from the surface. So that way when we are pushing it out, it's not forcibly going through dead skin. Then after we do the microdermabrasion, we're going to do the steam. The steam helps to dilate your pores, basically helps to open them up and helps the whatever it is that's in the pores, whether blackheads, whiteheads, or pimples, to ooze out.
Boogers too?
Let's keep it serious here, okay? Then that causes a lot less damage versus I'm going to put this stupid little black mask on, let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes and yank it off of my face. Okay, you go ahead and yank it off of your face, but also it comes with damage. Like you can't just, oh yeah, no, I cleanse my skin before I do it. But you didn't take the proper steps to protect your skin from the damage that you're about to cause literally by ripping it off.
So what are some other like common misconceptions or like social media fads as far as
that are whack,
that you've seen and been like, what the fuck is that?
Okay, I see a lot. Oh my God, God forgive me. I see a lot of girls taking razors to their beautiful ass faces. Stop that shit, sis.
What?
Razors, like the little dollar store Pink Johns, the razors.
Yeah.
To their face?
To their faces. There's a service called dermaplaning. Okay, dermaplaning is like the professional service of that. Yeah. But a lot of makeup girls like it because the makeup goes on smoother, which is cute until the hair starts to grow back, right? And now you're looking like you got a shadow because you're overdoing it. Like I see it happening all the time. And then
it's a little wolfy.
She got the Ashanti sideburns.
It really does mess with your skin over time. I'm not saying, okay, if you do dermaplaning, let's say for instance 2 times a year, every 6 months, that's great. That's a great service to get by a licensed esthetician. It is an amazing service. I offer that service. However, if you're taking a razor without knowing what the fuck you're doing, without knowing what you're doing.
It's all good.
Yeah, you can curse.
Without knowing what you're doing, okay?
What the fuck you're doing?
Yeah, I was waiting.
You're shaving all types of crazy. Now the hair is growing back all wild. You're getting bumps. The skin is starting to get dark. Like you ever like. Okay, have you ever seen like when a girl overshaves her upper lip or even shaves her upper lip too many times? You will start to notice the discoloration. This is a fact. Happens, right?
That is a fact.
So think about it. When you're doing this to your skin, on your cheeks, on this, on that, now you're enticing the hair to grow that much more because you're shaving it improperly. Again, as a service, I'm saying this for all my estheticians out there. We love dermaplaning as long as it's not like your every month service. Okay, yeah. And you're not just taking the shit at your house and you're just shaving all types of crazy.
That's for like an event. You're going somewhere.
Yeah, like you're going to a gala.
Get your shine on.
I mean,
it's your wedding.
Maybe for the wedding. Yeah. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Like
it's high level shit.
Okay, so you're supposed to get facials every month.
Yeah.
That can be your facial 2 times out of
the
year.
Every month, yo.
Okay, how often do you get your hair cut?
You asking the wrong person.
Wrong person. Wrong guy.
Twice a month.
Okay. Now let's just say, for instance, if you went 1 whole month, right? Your hair cells typically grow every 3 to 4 weeks, right? If you waited 4 weeks and you didn't go and get your hair cut, you'd be all types of crazy, right? It's the same thing. Your skin cells do not stop rejuvenating. It rejuvenates every 3 to 4 weeks. When you're not literally cleansing your skin from the inside out with a good facial, you're allowing all that dead skin that was from last month to chill on your face this month.
So it's
and
like
it just builds up.
where he wears the face as a face.
I'm being serious here.
All right, so I'm gonna get. This is the question I'm gonna have before I get into what I really wanted to get into. For as a man, what advice do you have for me for my skincare routine, and what do I need to do to keep my shit baby soft and looking good?
What I will say is men are they're like, okay, I have my male clients. What?
Are we low maintenance?
You are, but sometimes that's better. Do you
Is
understand what I'm
Noxzema-
saying?
Noxzema's
I don't
terrible.
wanna do shits.
I'm gonna tell my barber to stop using that shit. Every time he puts the hot towel.
No,
with
but
Noxzema.
Noxzema is what they typically use at barbershops, I believe. It's just like if you're doing it just once a month or twice a month, okay, I'll give you that, because any barber that you go to 9 out of 10 times they're going to use that. Yeah. But if that's what you choose to use at home for aftercare and stuff like that, that's where I'll be like, all right, friend, let me introduce you to my handmade products.
Why is that problematic?
I have a problem with any product that you cannot read past water in the ingredients. So you guys go home and just do a little, well, you're home, but you get what I'm saying? Like, do a little experiment, check all of your products that you have for skincare, and just read them, right? And you can go online on my website and read all of the ingredients on my products. Not to say like, oh, pick me, like my products are better because they're handmade and they're all natural. But pick me, my shit is a lot better because it's all natural and you understand what the fuck is in it past water. Do you understand? Like, we have to understand what it is that we're putting on our skin. Now, if you sit there and ask me like, oh, so are you vegan? Like, do you eat really well? No, I'm not. But when it comes to my skincare shit, like, I'm really on point with it.
Yeah.
And I'm also very honest, which is why I threw that in there, because a lot of times people think like, oh, well, if she's like that with her skincare, like, I wonder what she eats. So if you catch me at McDonald's getting some French fries, like, you can't really judge me. I'm letting y'all know right now, I drink a hell of a lot of water. Like, I'm like a fish. But
so what kind of ingredients are in your products? Are these all natural products?
I have the infamous Coffee Miracle Mask.
Okay.
I have my rose gold toner. I'll go.
Oh yeah, okay.
Does it make
Rose
my
gold
face
toner.
go?
I'm very impatient. I want to
Basically.
know what's in these things.
I got you. And then my Touch of Gold moisturizer. So in my Coffee Miracle Mask, there's obviously coffee grinds, charcoal, turmeric, grapeseed oil, lavender oil. There's tea tree oil, lemongrass oil, eucalyptus oil. There's also jasmine, geranium, ginger. Those are just a few off the top of my head, right? But like, okay, you don't know what ginger does to your skin, but you know what ginger is, right? It's not like a foreign material.
It's an antioxidant, right?
There you go. There you go. Good shit.
Thanks.
Okay. And then like the rose gold toner has a little bit less ingredients in that. The rose gold toner is distilled water, fresh aloe, sage, fresh red rose petals, lemon oil, and tea tree oil.
Tea tree
There's
oil
like
is the
6
key.
ingredients in the whole entire product. So it just goes to show how pure and raw that it really is. Yeah. Okay. And then the Touch of Gold moisturizer is grapeseed oil. There's shea butter. There's lemon oil, tea tree oil, jasmine. Yeah.
Okay, got you. So when you're making these, are you just grabbing ingredients that do the desired effect and then kind of mixing in ratios?
So before I started all of this, when I was living back home, well, not back home, when I was living in Florida for 1 year, because I moved out there for 1 year and then I came right back to Yonkers.
Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa. Shout out to Tampa. So I was kind of like really broke. So I was like, oh, like, let me rent a table and like, you know, do a flea market. So
Like on the street? Because I seen them.
They had like flea markets, like
next
set
to
up
the
stations
cribs.
where where you like rent a table for the day.
Okay.
like
So
a
I was
strip.
doing
I
like
got
a
it.
vendor.
I thought somebody was gonna pull up on you and ask you for a permit and shit.
No permits, because I paid my $50 fees every day. Anyways, it was only Saturday and Sunday. Long story short, I used to sell water pipes. We'll call them water pipes to be political. We all know what water pipes is.
I don't know.
Bongs. I used to sell bongs.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, back
I
then.
thought you was talking about filters. I'm like,
water-
I need a new
water
one.
pipes,
Is
bongs.
this a
Anyways,
douche?
so I was like, all right, I'll have half the table for you know, my water pipes, and then the other half for my Build-A-Mask bar. So in this Build-A-Mask bar, I started doing a lot of research about oils and how to mix oils together. What oils go good with what? What's a carrier oil? What's a, you know, how strong is this oil? Don't try and fuck around with random essential oils. You will burn yourself. Trust me, I did that shit like 5 years ago. I'm telling you right now, it's definitely a learning process. However, do I have it down to a fucking science now? Yes, I do.
You put on a lab coat when you do it?
Basically, you know what I'm saying? I can't get oils all over my shit.
You gotta get the branded lab coat.
Oh,
See?
that's fire. You're giving me dope ideas, friend.
See, there we go. Now, what I really want to know is, do you have any horror stories? There's no way that every single client you've had has been phenomenal, and you got to have some bad stories.
Honestly, I will say I am so blessed with all of my clients. Like, every time I do a podcast, first thing they want to ask me is, have you had a vagina that stinks? And I'm like, vaginas are not supposed to smell like roses and flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like the main thing that people ask me. As far as like, but you really, honestly, I've never experienced something that's just like, oh my God, I gotta like quit my whole fucking job. Do you
nobody
understand
ever farted
like,
in your face?
It's happened.
Wait, what?
Like multiple times during a session?
It's a lot of nerves. You have to understand, especially if the person is new or they haven't. Don't make that face.
I'm sorry.
Especially if the like you got and again like was I upset? Hell no. We laughed. I laughed with her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't laugh at her. I laughed with her to make her more comfortable in the situation. Like, you got to understand. You don't know me from a hole in the wall, and you got to do this with your vagina in my face. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. However, is it like, have I ever been repulsed by anything? Never. Never a day in my life have I ever said, oh my God, like, I don't want to see this. Oh my God, I don't. Never. And I thank God for that every day. Like, my clients, they show me love. They're amazing. They're great. I don't have horror stories. Like, okay, has a girl farted in my face? Yes. Do we all fart? Yes. Like, this is not something that's like, you know, was I like nose deep in her shit? No. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. And if I did have a reaction like that, that girl would probably never come back to me, and she'd go and she'd tell her best friend she had the worst experience ever. And Yonkers is small as shit. You know, I don't, yeah. So I try to make everybody feel welcomed and comfortable, and just, you know, you're allowing me to help you with something that's very intimate. You might have been insecure about this for years, and I'm the first person that you've ever let down there to help you. So I would never make a face or say something.
I mean, I like you're better than.
I love all my clients. I've never had an awkward experience. Even what we just spoke about, that's not awkward to me. Did you see how my face? You're way better than most. My face is not changing.
Well, she's taking a lot of farts. You feel me? She's good money.
Cut that out. Cut that out, friend. Cut that out.
All right. So you from the mean streets of YO?
I am.
Do you love DMX and Jadakiss?
Yes, I do.
And Styles P.
I do.
And all of them.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Word? Yeah. Like, you be riding around with the gangster music?
You know, when I was younger, yes. Nowadays, like I said earlier, I don't really even listen to music anymore. Like, I live like 7 to 10 minutes away from my job. Most of the time, I'm just like at work. For the past 3 years of my life, literally, I've been working. And not to say like, oh, I don't knock this and that. Of course I do. But am I going to sit there and religiously play it every single day? No. But when I was younger, what? The Locks? You crazy. I'm from Yonkers, and I'm an Arab. So we love them, you know?
You got the Rough Rider tattoo.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And, you know, I try to go to, like, Juices for Life every so often. They be letting me drop off my cards. Shout outs to Jadakiss. Shout outs to, you know, everybody. Like, I love Yonkers. I am such a Yonkers fanatic, and anybody that follows me on any sort of social media will know that. I show hella love to my town.
What's the best thing about Yonkers to you?
The Lost Borough. The best thing about Yonkers to me, honestly, is like the amount of love that I've gotten since I've started my business. Like, the most random people in the world will really rock so hard for you, and you might have known them since like kindergarten. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people with Yonkers, they just don't seem to move. So it's like, you have to show love to, sorry, I spit. You have to show love to, you know, that person you went to high school with that's got that new t-shirt line, that Scully, that, you know, whatever. You just gotta, it's a helping hand. And
just promoting positivity,
that's
right?
what that's what I really like about right Yonkers. There. Yeah. Is that we all like, I try and put everybody on to everybody that helps me do stuff. I got a baker. I got a lash tech. I got a hairstylist. I got a nail tech. I got something for everything. And it's because we show each other so much. Oh, I'm the skin plug, for sure.
You're the plug. Okay.
For sure, I'm the skin plug.
She's the outlet. You
Yeah.
feel me? Boop, 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 boop. All right, so did you hear about the thing that happened with Lizzo at the Lakers game?
I did.
What is your opinion on that?
Like, if homegirl wants to show her ass, let her show her ass.
But it's
like,
at a game with kids. That's the thing.
okay,
Bro,
there's a lot.
stop.
Okay,
Stop with this. It's the kids. That's not an angle we can take anymore.
It's
yeah?
not- it's-
Because there's no parental control on anything anymore. Yeah.
That's a
first
different
of all,
conversation.
she's wearing a thong. I'd understand if she wasn't wearing a thong and she just had like straight up cheeks, which she did have cheeks out. But like, I'm talking about like no thong, raw vagina on the seat. I understand that. Okay, I get that. But you know,
It's fucking
did it bother my day?
it's a
No.
Lakers home
Oh,
game.
no.
There's
Did
been
not
it
that
stop me from
serious.
So
making
many
my
vaginas
bed?
on those
No.
seats.
Did it,
It's
did
not
it
that
ruin
serious.
my? No. Like, why can't people just let people live? Like, did you lose anything by her doing that? No. Did you lose anything by her? Did I? No. Nobody lost anything by her doing that. If anything, she affected herself. I'm
she's
not
the
a.
artist of the year or some
If
shit.
she's
Yeah.
got that
Yeah, she's
confidence,
popping
though,
on
bro,
D.
let me tell you, I'm a pretty petite person. Okay, I don't have that confidence to do that. If I did, I would. But I just don't have that confidence. And for us to be constantly dragging her down because she's a big girl, that's not right. Because we can all say, I've read everything. Like, oh, Rihanna showed up to the whatever Staples Center like 10 times and she's never shown her ass, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's Rihanna. Rihanna's shown her ass and other shit. Like, you
That's a
understand what I'm
fact, plenty
saying? Like,
times.
why can't we just, like, go about your business? Like, leave that up to the tabloids to sit there and do all of that. We're not getting paid from that.
People act like they are.
They really do.
People
they
act
really
like-
do on social media. Like, people were really taking this to heart, and it's just let that girl rock.
So what's your
agree.
thought on social media, like as a whole?
Social media, we live in a time that we are so fucking lucky because you can make anything and sell that shit on social media. Let me explain. This is the era of entrepreneurship. We have what our parents did not have. Our generation is a lot different than our parents. Our parents don't have the mindset. Yes, they're hustlers, absolutely. But they don't have the mindset of an entrepreneur. They don't have the mindset that, okay, instead of going to school for 6 years and being, I don't know, $200,000 in fucking debt, I'm going to go to school for 15 grand and I'm going to get an awesome trade.
We're the
Facts.
generation in all the mob movies that gets the whole family whacked because they did something that was outside of tradition.
Yeah.
That's fine, but we about ownership. That's really what it is. Like, everybody, the world is in your hands more than ever. You feel me? Like, this is what you said about social media. People are able to, if you want to do something, you can research it online for free. You can learn about it for free. And then if you want to get certified, you're going to have to put some bread,
And
but it's a
you
basis.
have so much, like, how do I say this? Like, you're able to gain so much exposure. Like, when one person, let's say one person tags me on Instagram and that person has 300 followers, okay? I have the opportunity to be on the screens of 300 people.
That you don't know.
300
Yeah.
people that might have never seen my shit had you not been kind enough to even post a picture of my card. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's why before everyone leaves, I say this shit with my
This
chest.
is going to be our social media promo, by the way.
Awesome. when I give someone an amazing service, I'll tell them like, hey, if you really enjoyed, please, tag me on Instagram. You never know who might see it.
That's
because
a fact.
sometimes people will be like watching me, right? And they won't come. Why? Because they don't know anyone personally that's been to me. Now that their cousin's best friend's daughter's sister's cousin came to me and she's seen me on her Instagram, she's going to hit her up and be like, yo, is she worth it?
You
is
on
she
Yelp?
good? I'm on Yelp. I'm on Google. Fuck with me. I'm on all of that.
Yeah.
Nah, but that's a fact, though. I could attest to that myself because my shorty's
Yes.
cousin's homegirl was the one who set it off. Then the cousin got it and she was like, all right, cool. And then my shorty got it. I'm like, all right, if she been vetted. But we went there and I'm like, it might be a setup. I don't know.
Everyone thinks it's a setup.
I'm like, yo, this shit look like a
I'm
mob
not gonna
movie.
kill
It's
y'all.
like a warehouse, right?
It is. But it's
Nigga,
an
what?
awesome warehouse.
Are you in the wait?
Inside is lit.
Is PVT in that warehouse? Those are my guys.
No way. Shout out to
Jay.
PVT.
Yo, shout out to
Okay.
Royale.
Yes.
Yo.
Oh my God.
That's gang. Yes.
Those are my friends. Me and Royale, we actually went to high school together.
Oh, word.
That's
They've been
lit.
my
Crazy.
homeboy for mad years.
Yeah.
And they're actually on the same floor as me. I got a shop downstairs. They have a shop that's like
All
right
right.
across the hall.
So I'm gonna come check you guys both.
Absolutely, we would
Now
love
I
to
You
have
gonna get a facial?
Maybe
mean,
an arm wax, but the proper way this time.
Like what on my face?
You can give that for Christmas though, bro.
What?
The Vajacial.
Yeah,
I'm giving
I
y'all
do gift
ideas,
certificates,
dog.
y'all.
I'm giving y'all ideas, bro. You see, you don't know what to get your shorty, or she might not even be your shorty. You might just want to be getting in there and get good with her. Get her, you feel me? Get that skincare. That's different. You feel me? She don't need that bag. She need her skin to get better. You feel me?
And the bag too.
After the
bag.
fact. After that, when you in there good,
all
then you can
comes
go
down-
ahead and trick
it
with
all
the
comes
bag.
down to the bag.
But if you trying to stand out in those DMs, be like, yo, you want a Vajacial, baby?
So how can people contact you if they are interested? Do you have a
My
phone number?
phone number is all over everything: Google, Yelp, social media.
Cool.
It's on my business cards. I don't have a personal number anymore, which is kind of a bummer. But you can always contact me. I am available through text message, Instagram, Facebook. That's why I say, like, really, I work like all day, every day. Like, I was just recently in my home country in Egypt, and I was really out there working. Like, I was really on my iPad. Like, I'd say about 65% of the time. The other 35% I was with my family and shit. But like, I was really out there working. Like, there's really no stopping when you have a business, because somebody writes you this message, then you can't wait too long to answer, because then they'll, like, it turns people off when they have to wait 2 days to respond to, hey, how do I book you? And it's as simple as go on my website, So that's why I try and be like always on top of my shit and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely my numbers all over social media, all over the internet, all over.
Last question as a business owner, because most people who are going to start businesses or have small businesses at the moment, they suffer from the people close to them wanting to have handouts. You feel me? So when in that position, what advice do you have to them? Because some people may not know how to say no to the people close to them.
Okay, you chose the right one to ask this question too. Okay.
I'm nice.
Speaking of PVT, we actually have a collaboration T-shirt that says "Discounts Defer Dreams." I am very big on no, like, I don't care if you know my mom. I don't care if you know my dad. I don't care if we went to church together. I don't care if you know what I'm saying. Like, my bills don't care. So I can't care. I can't give you a discount. Let me tell you something. If I fuck up, let's say, for instance, the one out of probably 100 clients, let's say, for instance, and I overslept, right? Now I fucked up. I have to make it up to her. If I'm going to tell her, hey, I'm so sorry, can you come in like an hour and I'll take you then? I got you with 20% off. Guess what? My business is getting paid in full. It was my fuck up. So what do I have to do for giving her that discount? I have to take that 20% out of my pocket and pay my business. People seem to think like, oh, well, she's the owner, so she's just giving us. No, I'm still paying for it. It's still coming out of my pocket. I don't even give myself discounts. When I buy something from myself, I buy it. When I, like, discounts really do defer dreams. If you're asking me for a discount, you're asking me to take from my plate and put it back onto yours. And that's not how it works when you want something from me. I don't care if we went to high school together. I don't care if we...
Honestly, yo, I don't think, like...
And you should never feel... I'm sorry to cut you off. You should never feel comfortable enough to ask somebody for a discount. Like,
on a
am I right?
Vajacial, yo? Definitely not, yo.
How you trying to negotiate
honestly,
a
it's like, yo,
Vajacial?
come check me out.
And you know what it be,
Like,
too?
let me pay you less than you're worth.
Some social media influencers that have like 20,000 followers.
Dub, I already know where you
something,
going. Keep going.
They'll hit you up real casual. Hey, how do I book an appointment? They'll book the appointment themselves, right? And then they get the, hey, you gotta pay 50% through Zelle, 50% through cash after the service. Long story short, I've literally had people go as far as booking the appointments and then telling me, oh, well, I thought because I'm gonna, advertise for you or I'm gonna market you that I don't have to pay you.
Dog.
This is false. Like, if I choose to, I want all of your followers and I come to you, okay, that's a different story. But if you're sliding in my DMs and you're asking me to do something for you and you're asking it like me to literally...
Is that out of principle or just because you don't think it's a wise business decision?
It's a terrible business decision, because now you've told that one person that your service can be worth $0 to the right person.
Okay, that's fair.
Now they're thinking they forever got that on you.
That's fair.
Oh, but bro, just last month you gave me a facial for free. Now you're trying to charge me, even if I try to charge them 50% of what I'm normally charging, which is for men $75.
But
right?
if the terms were negotiated beforehand, that this was a clear...
If I tell you it's a one-time thing...
This was a clear exchange... And this is the deal.
And this is a return on investment.
One time Vajacial, and then one time promo.
If it was my idea, all for it. It's for me. I got us. If you are hitting me up for something that you need from me, and I'm not asking you.
But if the right person came to you, you'd be like, nah.
Look, I'm waiting for Jadakiss to come to me. If
Hey,
that man
there
walks
you
in
go.
my shit, shout out to Jada. If that man walks in my shop, he's not paying for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Oh, you want a facial? I got you. Oh, I got you.
Jada
What?
Kiss, pull up.
I've been trying to get him to pull
Jada
up,
Kiss,
but
pull up,
you know, he's
please.
playing.
So she ain't valid. She gotta pay.
No, you understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, stop it. Like, these are all the homies, you know, from Nepperhan and shit. So gotta keep it right. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, that level, like, okay. Why? Because I respect Kiss. I respect Sheik. I respect.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people that I grew up watching. So it would be an honor for me. Like, I had Jadakiss's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And, you know, I think it went really well. He loved it, loved his results. But, again, like, that was my idea.
Yeah.
That was me that initiated it. But if somebody else initiates it, it don't flow that way. Like, that's not how it goes.
Got you. Like, you seem like you're extremely passionate about what you do, which is awesome. And it seems like you take great pride in your ownership of what you do.
And you run it the right way.
Absolutely. Because think about it. If I don't say it verbally, it does not get said for my business. Like, there's no PR, there's no HR, there's nobody else besides me that's going to say, hey, you can't be late. Hey, if you're late 10 minutes, you owe me $20 for a late fee. Hey, if you're 15 minutes late, that is now a no-show. I have to be able to say that shit with my chest out. Why? Because if I don't say it, you're going to walk all over me. And that's what happens. When you start a business, my best advice to all young business entrepreneurs, especially my girls that's starting out in the beauty field, listen to me.
PSA.
Listen to me very carefully. Charge security deposits. That's number one. Charge a late fee. That's number two. And charge a no-show fee. That's number three. Even when you fresh out of school. Why? Because you're not going to always be fresh out of school. You're going to be 3, 4, 5 years down the line trying to get people to take you serious. And a lot of times I have this misconception that people think I'm a bitch on Instagram because I openly talk about this and I openly talk about how it's not okay, and I will gladly charge anybody. Why? Because if I don't say it, it does not get said. So when I first started out, did I have all these policies and these rules and these regulations? No, it took me a year to grow some fucking balls and be like, we're not going to play with my time. My time is not an option. Okay. The last straw, it was a lot of last straws. Like, not for real. Like, I had, you know, I'm a very good person and I'm very passionate and I love what I do. I love to help others and all that. But when I feel like my niceness, my kindness is being taken advantage of, I will put my foot down so quick you won't even know what happened. So really, that's what happened. It was kind of like an overnight thing where I was like, you know what? Like, I don't care if these people don't think that I'm worth a security deposit. I'm going to charge. Otherwise, I'm going to call you and cancel your appointment if you don't want to pay me that 50%. Why?
But do you remember the moment?
It was definitely in one of the New Year's. I think, I want to say in 2017.
All right, cool.
2017 was when I was like, this is not going to work. And it was about, I started in May. So it was less than a year, actually. That's pretty good. Pat myself on the back because it takes a lot of people courage to be like,
That's a fact.
to be like, hey, I'm going to look you in your eyes and I'm going to tell you, you owe me $20 extra. Otherwise, I'm not touching you right now. That's really how it be.
You from Yonkers for real.
I'm from the south side of Yonkers, to be
You
exact.
from Yonkers for real. That's what's up. But people need, like, the world needs more business owners like you because you got to be a little fearless. Not a little. You got to be fearless regardless, but it's what you said. People can't take you. People can't walk all over you, and especially
people will crip walk all over you, man. I'm telling you.
Time is more valuable than anything else. You feel me? So it's like that's a principle that I live by. Sorry, but time is people are too loose with their time. You feel me? Especially when there's monetary things involved.
My man.
Like you late or you don't show up.
I feel
that's
attacked.
someone else. That's someone else that she could have seen. You feel me? That's someone else that could have been booked. That's something else that she could have done. So I feel it. You feel me? But it all comes full circle because we sorry.
But you're absolutely right. Let's say, for instance, a half an hour behind. That could have been a whole Brazilian wax. That's $66 in my business pocket. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I take my time so serious. If you're 15 minutes late,
You do
20
house
minutes
calls?
late, I charge out the ass because I hate doing house calls.
It's creepy.
I don't want to go to nobody's house. When I first started out, that's how I started out, was only in house calls because I didn't have like a physical shop. But after a while, you just kind of get over the whole, okay, I'm going to lug and tug my 40-pound fucking table.
Yeah, that's a
It's
no.
a lot of
That's a
work,
no-no.
and
Damn,
people
this
really don't
table,
want to pay
no?
for it. So what do? Is I charge double plus I charge, like, if I gotta take a bridge, you're paying for that. If I gotta waste my gas, you're paying for that. You know what I'm saying?
So this is now on the business side. Do you take, like, let's say somebody has a wedding party and they want all the bridesmaids to get laced up by you. You do those kind of bookings?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, but they have to send the 50% through a deposit.
What's the cost? Like how
let's
much?
say, for instance, a Vajacial is $125 at the moment.
Got you.
But that includes the wax.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So if a big party does wanna, come and get beautified and sexified and all that cool stuff, then definitely I will be more than happy to take them. I'm one person though, so unless you're okay with like Jess and I working, we can totally do parties together, but we're only 2 people. If you're 6 people, there's 4 of you that's not going to be worked on at the same time. What does that mean? Buy some fucking bottles and get lit in the shop. Like, that's exactly what I tell people to do. It's just buy like champagne, buy some wine.
So a little pre-bridal.
Yeah, a little shindig.
Pre-bridal champagne.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to thank you so much for being patient with us, 1. And 2, coming and sharing your game, because this is free game that y'all getting. You feel me? Like, this is something that most people don't understand. Most people don't get to.
I definitely know way more now than I did when I sat down.
I'm very happy to hear that. This is why I do what I love, and I love what I do.
I'm extremely enlightened on all that good stuff.
When you're ready to treat somebody to a Vajacial, just let me know.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah. I mean,
Fellas,
pressure's on. I got it.
I told y'all what's up already. If you trying to get in the DMs and she's not responding to you, offer that Vajacial, bro. Or even just a facial, just a regular facial, because you going to stand out. But this is the person to come to.
Don't slide in my DMs with no bullshit. If it ain't about the money, I don't care.
Feel me? Have that 50% on deck. Tell Shorty she can't be late. All that, and that's necessary. You feel me? But like I said, thank you so much for putting us on game, spreading the joy to people and letting people know.
You do events and stuff? Like, do you have anything coming up? Like, what's up next?
I do local events. I do 2 local events in Yonkers a month. I only have 1 coming up this month because it's the holidays, so it gets like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the event that I'm doing is it's called Network or No Work event. It's gonna be, I believe, it's somewhere in Getty Square.
Okay.
I love doing events.
Bring your bulletproof vest.
Stop it. Stop it.
Bring your bulletproof vest.
Anyways, December 21st, if anyone is available and wants to come out and party, I think it's from 5 to 9. I'm not too sure about all the details, but I know it's in the square. I'm going to be posting about it very regularly. But I love doing events and I love partying with people, like from my hometown particularly, because it's like, I've had events that I did last year and I have clients from them coming in like this month. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's regular. Sometimes people just need to watch you and watch you and watch you. And then that one thing that you post is going to get them to come in. But how do I get there if I don't give myself that exposure, if I don't put myself out there and do those types of events? So, yeah.
Where can we find you on social media?
Okay.
Plug us up. Let us know where to get the bookings and all that.
Mainly, I'm on Instagram. You can find me at ABDELNO.
All of her handles will be in the description, so she doesn't have to spell them.
Thank you. ABD. Oh, okay. Yeah. Abdelnour Day Spa. Okay. It's going to be somewhere around here, apparently. I'm on Google. You can also just Google Abdelnour Day Spa. I'm on Yelp. You can Yelp Abdelnour Day Spa. I'm on Waze. I'm on MapQuest. It's a GPS system.
Waze?
Waze, Waze, tomato.
Yo, that's the first time I heard that.
Waze.
All right, y'all gonna flame me towards the end?
Yeah,
damn.
definitely. Waze, that's the Yonkers in you.
That shit is Tarjay.
Okay, basically. Anyways, I'm on like Google Maps. I'm on any sort of GPS system that you can find. Please just support local. Like, I like to just always end certain things by saying, when you're supporting local, you're helping someone's dream. Like, I'll tell you my dream, so it helps you want to support me that much more. My dream is to own a house by next year for my mom. Right? Inshallah, that will happen. But am I there just yet? No. So I'm going to keep on grinding until I am there. And it's important to support local. So am I as cheap as a large corporation? No, because it's not mass production. I'm one person. So even if that goes to say you're going to pay $10 extra for that vest, but you know who made that vest and you know where your money is going, buy it. You know where that Scully hat money is going, buy it. You know where the whatever, pants, vest, logo, anything that you see your friends or your locals doing, you have to support it. It can't be homeboy down the block. We don't care about homeboy down the block that he got it for $20 less. I'm selling it. This is my merchandise. This is my product. This is my art, my creativeness. So go that extra mile. Spend that extra $5, $10, $15, $20, as long as you know where your money is going and you're not just dumping it into large corporations. Do it. Because if we don't help one another, I'm not getting my house. He not gonna get his house. He not gonna get his house. Nobody's gonna get their fucking house.
And mama need that house.
And mama need that house, baby,
that
okay?
house,
yeah. So to end it, I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
I'm really happy that we got to have this discussion, and I feel like people get to see a side of me that's a little bit different. You definitely got educated, but I also let you know, hey, it's okay to support your locals. It's okay to spend a little bit extra. As long as you know where your money is going to, I'm very big on local love. If you're supporting your neighbor is going to support you. This is just how it works. Think about the back in the days, the bartering system, right?
Facts.
Yo, you got this, I got this. It's of equivalency. Let's trade. That's the same mentality. Now, don't come trying to get no services in amounts of T-shirts and shit. But just understand that I respect everyone's craft, and I always try and support local.
What are some things that you like?
Oh my God. So PVT, I own like so many of their stuff.
What are some local YO spots that people should start checking
Yeah.
out?
Oh my God.
Food spots
Okay.
in particular.
Okay, well, I don't. Candlelight. If you want to be basic and get some wings from Candlelight, that's pretty good.
You fuck with Pizza Barn?
No, I don't fuck with Pizza Barn. I ain't gonna hold you. But if you fuck with White Plains, there's Holy Crab. Holy Crab is really
Ooh, I
good.
don't
They
know
have
what
some
this is.
amazing crab legs, only like $30.
Holy crap.
Holy Crab, and they're like monstrous. It's very good.
Lit.
And then aside from food,
I like to party at Duos. I'm gonna let y'all know
how you
right
spell
now.
that?
DUOS.
Duos.
Yes, it's on Yonkers Avenue. It's super local. My Ubers are real cheap. The drinks are real good. Hookah be hitting, you know.
Oh, they still got hookah. There's an outage over here. You know that, right?
Really?
Like, there's
For
no
real?
hookah on Dykeman at all.
For real?
Oh yeah, I heard that. Is that really
It's
true?
an
No more
epidemic, bro. It's an
I'll
epidemic.
see y'all at Duos. But yeah, so that's like where I party on weekends and stuff. Not like, well, we'll stop right there.
Okay.
Okay. So, again, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming so much.
Thank you guys for
Thank you for
having me.
inspiring
awesome.
us. Thank you for inspiring the
Yeah,
public.
if you're not inspired by this, I don't know what to tell you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I feel way super inspired to give you guys what you want.
Go fix your fucking skin. All right?
I didn't say that.
We'll say it for you.
I'll say it for you. Go fix your skin with her. Fuck everybody else with her.
To treat their girls to Vajacial.
Oh yeah, and listen, buy your girl Vajacial. Tell her to stop shaving.
Will you do a penatial for the right?
2025, not for the right price, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of fucking pervs on Google. I hate.
There's
having
a lot
my
of
number
pervs
on
What if
in
it's
Google.
like,
general.
you know, I don't know.
Jada-
What if it's the gay friend?
If it's Jadakiss,
Jadakiss
you
is
know,
like,
he's not
aha!
gonna come to me at no weird shit, so I would do it for him. You feel me?
Jadakiss
Like,
is not gonna fucking.
He's
Jadakiss?
bald. Oh no, he got hair now. Why he won't do it?
I don't think.
That's skincare, bro.
I don't know.
That's skincare. Why he won't do
Jadakiss
it?
is not
okay,
doing
no,
that.
seriously though, men
Jadakiss
really
got
do
too
suffer
many bars
waxing.
about killing people.
I mean, men really do
Why?
suffer from razors if they shave down there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a fact.
So, like, a razor doesn't discriminate. Oh, it's a girl, so we're going to give her mad razor bumps.
All right, Jadakiss.
Oh, it's a boy. We're just not going to do anything. No. If you shave, you will get razor bumps. It has no problem giving men razor bumps. So, stop saying Jadakiss, because if he somehow comes across
Listen,
this shit.
Jadakiss, you know what we need from you? A bar about Vajacials.
Yo,
You feel
if
me?
he ever did that, oh, free services for life, Jada.
Steam your
Mr.
face
Kiss,
like a Vajacial.
Mr. Kiss, you
I already
just come
got
and
the
see
bars.
me.
Steam your face like a
Yo, don't
Vajacial.
ruin it.
Medium Rare Podcast, baby. It's your boy Don Sasson.
And it's your boy, LastNameBall.
And it's your girl, Yonkers' best esthetician. That's what I go by, a.k.a.
Really?
Yeah, I am the best in Yonkers.
I'm gonna do the Nardwar thing.
Yo, and if you don't know how to get somewhere, use Waze.